Hey guys, today we're going to be playing around with plastic worms and lure dye to create some nifty little color variables to a worm that just might be enough to get that fish to bite. And what we're going to do is just use a basic green pumpkin worm, and we're going to use a little bit of Spike It chartreuse lure dye. This one happens to be garlic scent. Going to have a standard napkin there for cleaning up your mess, and just a little bowl. And here I've already put a little bit of lure dye in there, just enough to color the bottom of the bowl, and I'm going to let that dry for 30 to 45 seconds. That makes doing this a little bit easier. What we're going to do with this, we're going to place our worm in the bowl. See if I can do this with one hand here. I'm going to place the worm in the bowl bottom side down so your coloring is belly. And you just lay it in the bowl. Take your finger, press the worm down like this, just a little bit at a time. And we'll let the worm sit for just a few seconds. And then we'll take him out of the bowl and just place him on the paper towel to let him dry. And here you can kind of see a little bit of the color on the belly of the worm. And all I usually try to do here is to not totally color the belly strong chartreuse, but to kind of give it a chartreuse flash. Kind of like a bait fish or a natural living creature. You usually don't see a stark line of color. And I find that little flash works pretty good. Now we let that sit, and that's how we color the belly of the worm. Now to color the tail of the worm, if you wish to do so, all you need to do is just simply dip your lure or your worm into the lure dye. And let me get the lid off of this here. And just pick the worm up by the head. And all we're doing is going straight down in that lure dye, just enough to get the tail in it. And we'll hold it in there for just a few seconds. Continue to dip and repeat until you get the color that you want. Now if I'm coloring both the belly and also the tail of the worm, what I'll usually do is try to go for a little bit brighter color of chartreuse on the tail than I will the belly of the worm. It just kind of gives you a third dimension, and you can kind of see this a little bit in the picture here. You know, again, it's not a real stark chartreuse like a chartreuse colored worm would be, but we're looking at a combination of colors that shows up really good in a fish's eye in the water. And I'm just going to repeat the process here to get the color that I want, just a little bit darker than we had there. Again, this only takes a few minutes, and if you're going to do this, I really prefer garlic. Some people like bait fish, some people like crawdad scents, but I really prefer the garlic. And here we can see we have the finished product. Just let it sit for a minute to dry, just to roll it over a little bit. I hope you can see there's a little bit of chartreuse on the belly, and then we have a little bit stronger color chartreuse on the tail. Try this and play around with some different colors and see what you can come up with. And take your favorite color worms that you already know work, and if you ever find a tough day out there, you can always take a little bit of lure dye and touch those worms up and try to find something that can give you a little bit more oomph to your day.